Hello Cupcakes and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kevin. I am here to talk to you about my experience as a woman in trades. I'm a certified diesel mechanic, a Red Seal millwright, and have my certification in maintenance planning and scheduling for reliability. And I have oodles to talk about when it comes to being a woman in a man's world. Before we get started, disclaimer, I'm fidgety and I swear a lot. I do have a swear jar set up. Got my little pink piggy, and this is my way of trying to hold myself accountable for the first little bit while I get used to and comfortable doing this so that I don't swear as much. I don't even notice that I do it half the time, so I will try to keep it as clean as possible, but I'm also being as me as possible, and I have a potty mouth. So when I do catch myself swearing, quarter goes into the swear jar. When I catch myself touching my hair or fidgeting, it's something I do when I'm being absent-minded or if I'm off on a train of thought, I just touch myself. Gonna try not to do that. So if I do catch myself putting a quarter in here, try not to count it out yourself because I do know that I miss a lot. We're just gonna go with the end tally of every video. That's that. It's like when you go to get gas, the price at the pump is the price that it is. And it's my price because it's my channel. Also made myself a shirt. I'm gonna make sure that I can see it here. Okay, we're gonna get close. Okay. My friend Mike, when he watched my last video, was just like, gotta put a quarter in your jar as soon as you noticed yourself snapping, but you swore when you realized and you didn't put anything in for the swearing. I had to let him know I don't consider shit a swear word. Shit is not a swear word. So he told me that I should basically be wearing a shirt that says, shit does not equal swearing. Here we are. So in case you need a reminder while we're doing this video, you can't even see it. Man, either I'm super far away. Whatever. I'm gonna come close for now. I'm sure I'll scoot about because again, I'm very fidgety, but here's my reminder and my disclaimer to everybody out there. Shit is not a swear word, and I actually use real swear words a lot. So today's topic is going to be basically me explaining what camp life is, what the fly in, fly out life is, because I have lots of experience doing the fly in, fly out for the last several years, which means that I have lots of topics to cover. It's going to be more than one video. I think I had it in my head that one video would be enough. If you want to sit here for the next like 3 hours while I vent everything to the core of my soul, that would work. But I highly doubt you guys want to sit through more than like 15 minutes, let alone several hours. So today is going to be me explaining, if you don't already know, what camp life is, what the camps are like, general overview of the camps themselves. I have a couple stories that go along with just even the camp basics. So it'll be entertaining or it'll be horrifying. Probably a little column A and a little column B. Is this fidgeting? I don't know what I'm even going to consider fidgeting anymore, and I need to make sure we're recording. I went through this once already, had everything nailed, and went to sign off. It wasn't going. Just wasn't going. So we're trying this again. If I am glancing down, it's because I'm either looking at my notes. I am going to try to follow my notes because I go off on tangents as well. I do try to bring myself back in, but I go off on tangents. I talk a mile a minute. My brain works faster than my mouth, if you can believe that. So if I'm looking down, it's because I am trying to follow some kind of an outline for this. Ooh, and I have a fun little surprise, something new I'm going to do for every video from now on too at the end. So I have to look down for that as well. We're going to jump right in. Life as a FIFO worker. So when I refer to camp jobs or when I refer to fly in, fly out jobs, what I mean is literally oil field jobs for the most part. So a company flies you from either a hub or from your home province. You go to their work site. They provide you accommodations and food so that you can show up and go to work every single day for X amount of days in a row. So it always runs on rotations. It can be just about anything, to be honest, depending on where you live and depending on what the job is. Sometimes it's 4 days on, 3 days off if you're local to a super close hub and it's a really quick flight. Sometimes it's 1 week on, 1 week off. Sometimes it's 2 weeks on, 1 week off. Sometimes it's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. pretty much any combination of things. So the ones that I've done so far are 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 1 week on, 1 week off. I had one job that didn't even have a set schedule, so I could work like 24 days and I'd be off for 11 days, and then I'd work for 2 weeks and I'd be off for 4 days. Like it was really sporadic. It wasn't a set contract, but it was really good for the bank account. Companies fly you from wherever you are, you show up, you live in a camp for the duration of your rotation. Most shifts run 12 hours a day, so I've been on one job that was only 10 hours. For the most part, you literally work 12 hours a day for however many days in a row, and then you get to go home and spend your time as you please, which is super nice. That's definitely a bonus of the fly in, fly out, is kind of that work-life balance. So when you get to these camps, they always have a lunchroom, where a bag up room where you can go, you make a lunch. So they'll have like pre-made sandwiches, they'll have salads, they'll have yogurts. The food varies from camp to camp, but for the most part, you can get a decent lunch packed. They always have a cafeteria, or dining hall, whatever you want to call it. So you go, sometimes it's buffet style, sometimes you actually have people serving you, but they have a set menu every single week. You go, you eat what you're given, kind of thing. And that's that. First tangent, because I might forget to bring this up later, but this is just a little pet peeve of mine, because I am an obnoxiously optimistic person. I have rose-colored glasses for everything, but I know that some of the camp food sucks. It's a pain in the dick hole not being able to choose the foods that you eat every single day. You get stuck with whatever's out there, and sometimes it is pitiful. But so many people complain about the camp food, and when it comes down to it, it's free. So when you go to work, you don't pay for food for however long your shift is. If you're gone for 2 weeks, that's 2 weeks of grocery money that you don't have to budget. That's super, super solid, even if the food isn't. Also, you don't have to do your own dishes. You don't have to do any prep work. You don't have to do anything except for go in, see what's the most appetizing thing on the menu, eat it if it's edible, throw it out if it's not. You're not there for the food. You're there to do the job. So I know sometimes it sucks, and we all are guilty of it. Like, I know that I've complained about food once or twice when it's been brutal, but for the most part, I'm just grateful to be getting fed. Like, you don't have to do anything. They make it very easy for you to just show up, do your thing, go home and spend your money. So you get in, there is a bag up room. There is always a cafeteria, dining hall, whatever, for you to eat your meals. Most camps have a commissary or store, so like on the off chance that you run out of toothpaste or you forgot your shampoo for a shift when you're packing, usually you can go and buy those things there. For the camps that necessitate flip-flops for showering, sometimes they'll provide those, or if you forget towels, if you're in a camp that doesn't provide towels, they'll sell you used camp towels. They're clean, or so they say. I never forget towels. That is I have a checklist. Might do that in a future video, what I actually bring to my jobs now, what my staples for my suitcase are. In case you're new to FIFO or you're going on your first FIFO job, just kind of a good idea of stuff that you're gonna wanna bring with you. If it changes, you can always take it out or leave it home next time, but there's some things that you just do not wanna live without. Hand talking, I'm gonna stab myself in the face with that pen, so that's going down. Things that you don't wanna live without: towels and flip-flops in one of the camps with gang showers. So speaking of gang showers, nice little segue there. There's 3 different kinds of camps, or 3 different styles of camp rooms that you're gonna stay in. So the first one is the most coveted. It makes life the easiest for sure, is a fully private room. So you have your own bed, you have your own dresser, you have your own desk, you also have your own bathroom. If you've never worked a FIFO job, you might be looking at me like, well, what do you mean your own bathroom? Like, yeah, you're gonna have your own bathroom. Hold on to your shorts, friends. We're getting to it. So, the most coveted thing, I have a little sticky note underneath my tripod, underneath my camera, because I am still very new at this. I say actually too much. I say all over the map too much. I have to stop saying but yeah and so. I've just now realized that those are 2 offenders. So those are going to go on the list. Also, swear less and smile more. Realistically, it's not going to happen. You know what? Actually, maybe by the end of this, unless it's like, it's a story that requires nothing short of the foulest of foul languages, I might even get away with not even needing my swear jar anymore and my fidgeting jar. I'm gonna get better at this. I promise. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for putting up with my rambling and my tangents. I know that I'm doing it. I just have so much that I want to say. And if you're here, it's because you want to hear it. So here we are. I was about to say so again. I'm not making a jar for that. I refuse because I will be broke. That piggy bank will be empty. You have the choice of 3 camps. I shouldn't say choice. You are stuck in one of 3 kinds of camps. The private one, where again, you would assume that anywhere you go, you're gonna have the basic things like your own toilet to poop in, your own shower to shower in, your own sink to brush your teeth in. If you're less fortunate, you don't have those luxuries. So the next step down from a private camp, which every camp should be private, honestly, like throw us a freaking bone here. The next one, you share a bathroom. So they call it a single room or semi-private. So you have your own bed, you have your own dresser, you have your own desk, you have your own sink, but you have to share the toilet and you have to share the shower. So you could probably Google it, but basically when you walk into your camp room, it's like a basic hotel room. Not even half the time. It's usually linoleum floors. Everything's bolted down, but you walk in, you're gonna have a bed against one wall. You're gonna have a desk, you're gonna have a dresser. If you're sharing a bathroom, which we call Jack and Jill in the FIFO world, you have your own sink. So not sure where the orientation is gonna be always, but usually you have your own sink so you can set up your toiletries. You don't have to worry about sharing with anybody else or sharing space. But when you go to the opposite wall from the bed, there's gonna be a door into your bathroom, and directly adjacent to that, there's going to be another door that leads into your neighbor's room. So when you go in to shower or use the bathroom, you have to lock their door so that they can't accidentally come in because they don't know. Some camps have lights on the wall, like an indicator so that you know the fan's going or the light's on should tell you that somebody's in there. They don't all have that, and it's not always clear. There's some quiet poopers out there. It's not always evident that somebody's in there. Or maybe they're caught up in a really hard level of Candy Crush and they just gapped out. You just don't know. So you lock the door. But rule numero uno is you unlock their door when you're finished and leaving so that if they need to do day business, they can. Problem with Jack and Jill's is sometimes people just forget. Like if you get up to pee in the middle of the night, you're probably not all there. You might honestly forget to unlock the door for your neighbor, but it sucks having to call camp security and be like, hey, locked it in my bathroom, because then you have to wait for them to show up. They have to go knock on your neighbor's door. They have to go in and unlock the door. It sucks. So if most camps aren't doing Jack and Jill anymore, they'll actually stagger the rooms, because I'm pretty sure camps are getting fined for having Jack and Jill now. But yeah, if you're stuck in a Jack and Jill, that's what life is. If you've ever talked to anybody that stayed in a Jack and Jill, that is what they're dealing with. And actually there's even been, I know of spiteful people who have actually left their doors locked so that their neighbor can't use the bathroom. And consistency, like there's some meanies out there. So you're wondering what could be worse than a Jack and Jill. That, my friends, is our bottom of the barrel option. That would be gang showers or general population, gen pop wings. I'm gonna put my notes down for this because I know I'm gonna be flailing, because this is where my stories come in. I've got a couple gross, horrifying stories for you. So if you are in a gang shower, your camp room itself, so you have your own bed and desk and dresser. But when you need to use the washroom, if you're in one of the nicer ones, you're going to walk down the hall and there's going to be basically a public bathroom. So shared shower stalls, shared toilet stalls, shared sinks. If they've actually taken a little bit of privacy into account, they'll make cubicles almost for it. So there'll be like a section of four rooms inside the bathroom. Each bathroom's gonna have its own sink, toilet, shower. Horror story about that. That's my preference, because at least everything is just right there. Nobody else can come in when you're showering. We have a story about that coming up too. But if you're going to be in a gang shower or like a gang wing or gen pop, that's the best case, so that you can at least like go about getting ready and doing your thing without anybody else busting in on you or having to worry about it. You can pretend that you're in your own little bubble. So the job that I first experienced that kind of bathroom on, the guys are like, oh man, okay, like if this is your first time, wait until you go in to take a piss and there's footprints on the toilet seats. And I'm like, no. I know that a lot of weird shit happens in camps. I've been in a lot of camps where there's been a whole lot of wacky nutso stuffs going down, but there's no, like, what do you mean there's footprints on the toilet seat? Like, there's no way people just go in and stand on toilets. Apparently, there are some cultures, don't get mad at me. I'm not trying to be politically incorrect. I'm not trying to be a bigot. I'm just relaying information as I have heard it and literally experienced it. But there are some cultures that don't actually use toilets the way that we do. So when they are stuck in camps, they use the bathroom as closely as they would to what they're used to. So they will actually hover on the toilet seat. So they will stand on the toilet seat to do their business, or squat on the toilet seat to do their business. As if that is not shocking enough, I was also told that those same cultures don't use toilet paper, and instead what they do to clean after themselves is like a self bidet. So they'll get a water bottle and so I was like, no, okay, bad enough that you're trying to tell me people squat on toilet seats to do day business, but now you're going to tell me they don't use toilet paper and they take water bottles from the bag up room and clean their bums. Like, I don't think so. Well, friends, there was one cheery morning where I myself went into one of these little cubicles, just kind of awake, just got back from the gym, you know, in my own little world, waking up, getting mentally prepared for my day. Thank God I happened to look down at the toilet seat before I sat down to have a pee, because there were two little muddy footprints. I was fucking shocked. I was actually shocked that these guys weren't like yanking my chain. I could not believe what I was staring at. Just two little itty bitty muddy bare footprints. If you're in a gang shower, you're wearing flip-flops the entire time anyway, because Lord knows what people have done. You keep it as clean as possible. You touch as little as possible. Like, treat it like jail pretty much. So gross enough that there's people like pitter-pattering in the bathroom with bare feet, but you're posted up on the toilet with your muddy, dirty bare feet because nobody else is going barefoot. And then out of the corner of my eye, I saw a water bottle, literally a water bottle on the floor next to the toilet, and it was empty. That was it. I walked out of that one, and I have been like stringent about double checking the toilet seats, as well as if there's any weird paraphernalia on the floors for how people clean their bums. So that is legit. That actually does happen. That happened to me. Okay. Disgusting. If you are even less fortunate when it comes to gang showers and you have to be in ones that don't have individual cubbies for all of your business in one place, you're stuck with rows of toilets right next to each other. You're stuck with rows of shower stalls right next to each other. And these shower stalls are tiny to begin with. They're like 3 by 3. If you're any bigger than me, pretty much, it's a tight squeeze. I don't know. I feel terrible for the guys that are a little bit bigger. Big men, that's got to be pretty shit. But in these ones, usually what you're stuck with is a shower curtain in your actual shower stall, and then for your little dressing area to get changed and dried off and put clothes on so that you aren't running around buck naked, just another shower curtain. So anytime anybody opens that main door to come in, it's fluttering in the wind. I experienced this, did not like it. It's really hard to try to find ways to keep a dry shower curtain from moving when it's fitted perfectly for a space. So I discovered in that same camp across the hall, there was like another smaller version of the bathroom. So still everything all wide open, but it only had like 2 toilet stalls, 2 sink stalls, and 1 shower. So I was like, okay, well, if somebody tries to come in here, they're gonna hear that, you know what I mean? They're gonna know. Like, as soon as you walk up to the door, you hear the shower's going. Most people are pretty good about trying to give you some semblance of like privacy when it comes to that kind of situation. So there was a time where I was using that little pretend private bathroom, and a man walked in. I'm in the shower, and I can hear Buddy hacking up phlegm and pooping. Are you kidding me? So there's not very many women on most sites. I get it. There's lots of guys. There's always way more guys. The guys' bathroom's probably gross because there's a lot of gross people out there. It bothers me that men are using the women's bathrooms, especially when it's like to shower, not even just to go. They want a quiet place to drop the kids off at school. If you hear somebody in the shower, you're a man, you see there's a female sign on a door, you hear the shower, you should already know there's a woman in there. How do you think it's appropriate to bust in there? So I just froze and just waited for him to finish what he's doing and get out. It was horrifying. So after that, I found myself like a little wooden wedge to stick under the door so that nobody could come in the future. It's just nice to be able to shower in peace, do your business in peace and quiet, and not have people coming in and out like it. Ugh. Anyway, those are my two really shitty camp bathroom stories to start. And both, of course, were sharing bathrooms with other people. This shit literally goes down. That is the overview of where you live. If you're lucky, you have your own bathroom. If you are not so fortunate, it makes for entertaining stories, and y'all can just appreciate what you have that much more. I don't know how long we've been at this already, because I just talk and talk and talk. Whoa, 21 minutes. Okay, I don't have time, and you guys probably don't want to hear much more today. Next video I'm gonna do is for sure gonna be about what it's like to be a woman in camp. That's probably gonna be like a 15-20 minute video on its own. Lots to go over for that one. What I want to start doing at the end of these videos too, because the whole purpose of this is to, again, get information out about being a woman in trades from my experiences. I'm hoping that at some point, maybe there'll be like a woman or girl that tunes into this and is debating doing trades. Maybe they're like intimidated or nervous or just don't even know what they want to do, to be honest. I would really like to provide a space for people to pursue trades. I want to see more women in trades. Like, once we can get past all the stereotypes and all the bullshit, it's awesome. Like, if that's the work that you enjoy doing, it is super cool, and there's no reason that you should not be doing it, especially because of your gender. So I'm here to try to inspire people to follow those dreams, or if you're already in trades, to let you know that you're not alone. We a sisterhood here. We a sisterhood. I feel your pain. I know you feel my pain. But I want to leave advice at the end of everyone, because I have lots of advice. To take that up a notch, I thought it'd be even cooler if I could harass some of the kick-ass women that I've worked with in trades over the years to provide their own like little nugget of advice for their like respective trades, or, you know, things they wish they'd known before they got into it. So kind of following in theme, I'm gonna do Cordy's next week, because that's gonna be like women in camp, being a woman in camp. So today I'm going to do Cassie. So Cassie, it's like, I think that I know that was a hair touching. We'll count it as a hair touching. And shit is still not swearing, if you can see that. Cassie is the first girl actually that I met on site out west, my very first job. She's an instrumentation tech. She's a huge source of inspiration for me. She's a huge support for me. We've literally been friends since the first day we met in camp. I'm gonna put Cassie out there because A, she's one of the first people that actually watched my videos and gave me feedback. B, she is also a lovely gal that I met in camp, and today we are talking about camp life. So I asked her if she would provide a little nugget of wisdom for you guys. So again, she's instrumentation tech. Come here, you. She's super, super solid. At some point, if she doesn't mind, I'm gonna link her account so you guys can go check her out, because she's all around cool. She's a badass bitch. She's a boss bitch. So when I asked her for her advice, she says, instrumentation is a great trade for construction, commissioning, maintenance, and startup. You get to learn the system processes, especially in oil and gas. And the trade opens doors to many different opportunities, which I 110% agree with. So again, if you're thinking about getting into trades, but you're not positive that whatever course you're looking at is going to be what you want to do forever, please rest assured that you are not locked into anything. First of all, like, life is too short to do anything but follow your heart. It's never too late to start a trade, in that same token. But there are so many opportunities that arise with all different trades, not even necessarily like going to school for welding and then you decide you want to be an iron worker, or you're already an iron worker and you decide you want to be a pipe fitter kind of thing, and not even like getting dual ticketed. You can kind of switch gears. You can, If you want to get into more management stuff or you really enjoy planning is an option. You know, those supervisory roles are an option. Project coordinator is an option. A lot of those look to have backgrounds in all different trades too. If you're a welder, you can go do QA, like quality assurance or quality control. I actually got a buddy who super awesome welder, super rig welder, and he actually got hired on to like NSCC, to a college, to teach welding, like, because he's got loads of experience. Like, you never know which way life's gonna take you, but for sure, that was an itch. That was an itch, not a booger, not a hoop flick. Hoop flick. Oh my God, I don't even know my own face anymore. But there's no shortage of things that you can do with trades. So if you're thinking about it, go check out the course. Honestly, just go in, take a look, because there are nothing but doors opening for you. With that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you very much, as always, for sitting through this. I welcome any and all feedback. If you liked this video, you didn't mind my rambling, you don't mind hearing about my stories, please do give it a thumbs up so that I know I'm on the right track with my content. If you like it so much that you want to hear more and want to know when more is coming, go ahead and subscribe. I am going to put out videos every Tuesday. Partially because my favorite word is see you next Tuesday, which I didn't use once today, because today was a very calm topic. Yeah, Tuesdays, I'm going to be putting out new videos. In the future, I might not say but so much, or but yeah, or so. Today is not that day. This is only video number 3. Bear with me, but any feedback that you do have, please comment down below. If there's anything that you want to hear in particular talked about or explained, also please comment down below. So many videos to come. I could probably spend the next 5 years just putting out videos on trades, being a woman in trades, and the shit that happens in all the different industries that I've experienced. If you're a woman in trades, I would love to know who you are, where you're from, what you do, get this little community started. I snapped. I'm going to make myself put a quarter in. Oh, and one last thing before we sign off today, final tally. I'm killing it, y'all. I am killing this game. We only have 75 cents. One in the swear jar that I recall actually saying, and 2 in the fidgety jar. So we're already making leaps and bounds here. We are already just, we're killing it. We're killing it together. Thanks for tuning in. This is Cupcakes and Crankshafts. My rambling, nonsensical experiences as a woman in trades. Super hope to see you next Tuesday. Bye. Oh, I will get smoother at all of this, but most importantly, don't forget to be a cupcake in a world full of muffins. Okay, for reals. Bye.